This guy.
This
right
asshole,
here.
yeah.
JD Sanchez is here, guys.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Big fans.
Yeah.
I'm big fans of y'all. I grew up on the Ride channel, like trick tips and stuff.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trick
that's
tips.
awesome.
Like, did any
Don't
of his...
get him started. Don't. Let's just not. We're not starting there.
Let me do a little bit. Did you
Well,
learn
okay,
tricks?
did you learn anything
any
from
tricks
those?
from his trick tip
Yeah.
video?
Yeah, I did. I don't even.
See, it was a good question.
Good. It was a good question.
Yeah, I did.
What'd you learn?
Good question.
That's what I
'cause
thought.
I was probably like 6. I barely remember anything. I only remember
Just
like
all the basics.
yeah, basically all the basics.
Basics. He just had, look at all these things I could do that no one could do. Here's how I do
No,
them.
Markovich and I, we did all the basics.
Okay,
Like
okay.
kickflip, shove it,
Yeah, I think I watched the kickflip one. I remember watching that one. Yeah, that was a while
take that.
ago.
Well, I helped him make his first 900
That
the other
is-
day, so
That is true. That is
Well,
true.
so we've come full circle.
that's right. There
Yeah.
you go.
We
Absolutely.
covered the spectrum of
That
his
was
career.
impressive, by the way. Dude.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was. I mean, you had the takeaway clip from that whole event.
It was such
Yeah,
a
I'm
cool
stoked.
thing to see.
What inspired you to try that there? So that was at, if I have this right, it was U.S. Open, but an X Games demo at U.S. Open.
Yes, yeah, it was. I didn't even want to try it that day, to be honest.
You could tell.
Yeah, but then I was.
But had
like,
you been trying it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I tried
Okay.
it. I
He
think.
span it, and I was like, dude.
Yeah.
we've been
The
here
first
before.
one he span, I was like, he's done that before. And then it might have been his dad, but somebody's like, he's never done one. I was like, well, if he wants to, he can do it today, because I saw that you could see the landing, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely could. That trick was scary for me. I would try it at my friend's ramp. And I would just spin it, but always land super low. I never really committed to it. I'm not really a guy to commit to a trick and like bail when I have my wheels on the ramp. But I was just like, X Games might as well was my first one, and the vibes were up. So usually I land my hardest tricks when the vibes are up. I landed my first 720 at Vert 2 years. Wait, was it last year? Yeah, last year. So when the vibe and the crowd is all
the Vert at
crazy.
in Sweden.
yeah.
That ramp's small.
I know. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it
Dude,
there.
It's like 720 against all odds.
Yeah, I was stoked on that one. I
Wow.
cried, but yeah, this 900 was amazing for me. I mean, Jason was like cheering me on so hard.
Was that a best trick
I'm-
event, or was
Kinda.
it?
Nah, I
it's more
mean-
just a demo.
Yeah.
It was a demo.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a demo, and he span a couple, and it was just like, I don't lie, dude. Like if I think you got it, like it wasn't a think. I was like, if you commit, you will. It wasn't like he was barely getting around. Like it's super high too. So it was like,
No, I saw it.
He had a
It
good
was-
look
it-
at it
yeah,
at the
it-
landing. I was like, if you commit, you will for sure make
It
that.
didn't look like you just got lucky. It looked like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
meant to be.
Yeah, it looked like one of the more solid 900s that people do, and there's not that many people that do that. So
Thanks.
yeah, I knew you had that.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if it was the try before, but one of them I was so close. And you're like, I'm pretty sure you said, "Stop being a baby" or something like that, and put it down. And I was like,
That's on brand.
I feel that. I feel that for
Yeah.
sure.
Hey man, it's psychological coaching there.
It
where
worked. It
I was
definitely
wrong.
worked.
I was. Did what? And then what happened?
I landed it.
Exactly.
It worked.
Thank
Yeah.
you. You're welcome.
It worked.
And what would I have said in that situation?
You got this.
You got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a different technique, but
Hey, it works.
the mission was accomplished.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was stoked for you. Like that was one of the announcing is fun, but
I didn't see
when
much from that
happened,
event, but I saw that.
It was awesome, dude,
Yeah.
because he does them. He does man ones. Like his backside air before it is like 10 feet high. Like he is cranking, and I'm like, dude, you
amazing.
make that. That's not just a backside grab too. Like it's a freaking man's one. Like it was such
Yeah.
a giant one, dude. Straight up and down. Like that thing was.
It's such a gift to have that much time to spin.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
a monster 9, dude.
Yeah, I never really was good at spinning real fast, so I just had to go higher
Yeah.
most of the time. And I feel like the melon one, well, that's the only spin I could do, like 720 wise. So that one was just on a whim. And all my friends were there too.
You feel
Yeah.
so if you were to just do a 540, like right now, go do a 540, it would be melon grab.
Not now. Before it would be tail grab now, but like 720s for a while. 720s I could only melon. I just learned tail and Indy like a week ago, so now I got those pretty good. And yeah, so I think melon is like that was the one. I'm not really good at mute, but I see a lot of people do mute nines.
When you do Indy, do you do it tuck knee?
Yeah, tuck knee. I never do stink bug. I dislike stink bugs so much.
Okay, let's get into it. Where in your timeline did you realize or decide I'm going to grab tuck knee?
I think it was probably 2 years. Like when I first learned my frontside airs, it was always stink bug.
Yeah.
Then after, I would say a year of doing that, some of the old guys, or not old guys, I probably shouldn't say that.
Oh no, they're the
older guys in NorCal, like Brian Fick, they were like, you gotta tuck your knee. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And now I've never done like a stink bug since. I don't like stink bugs at all. No. That trick is, it just feels weird.
You definitely, I had the same sort of journey where, you know, it's just desperate. You grab your board, just like, I gotta hold on to it, however, whatever it takes. And then at some point, it was more that I was looking, because like the older guys of my generation, they weren't even really even talking to me. So they're not critiquing my skating.
Yeah.
I just looked in the magazines. And in the magazines, I saw Steve Olson, Steve Alba, everyone's doing tuck knee. And I was like, all right, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, too, I was like watching the clips of me doing them after like the sessions. I was like, that is so ugly. That is so ugly. I got to switch it up.
What made you start skating transition?
Oh, actually, funny thing is, I don't even remember what year it was. 2016? You guys had a demo in SF on the Vert. There's Kevin Staub, Biggie, Lincoln. Everyone was there. Steve Cab.
Was it in an empty parking lot?
Yeah.
Weird.
I just happened to be there, and that's what really got me into vert skating. Because I was watching Big E. Big E was like my inspiration. Yeah, he was like young and absolutely sending. So I was like, dang. And seeing y'all.
So how old were you then?
2016. I'm 15. 8? 7?
Wow.
Yeah, I think I was 7 actually. It's a long time.
That's a random one, because so we had a big donor to our foundation that he used to skate when he was younger, and he was a high net worth individual, and he had a house right there on the top of that hill in San Francisco.
Oh, really?
And it was across the street from that empty lot, and he found who owned the empty lot and got their permission, and he said, I want to do a fundraiser for their foundation, and I want to have Tony bring his vert ramp here. Can we use this empty lot? And he got permission from the owners of that space, so that we did that. And then we had our big after party get together at his house across the street.
That is sick.
It was wild.
Yeah.
And then the following year, I'll finish, but the following year, he didn't have access to that lot anymore. So he built a mini ramp in his living room.
What?
And then the Birdhouse team and I did a demo on a mini ramp in his living room.
Wow.
Was it a big mini ramp?
No. Right. But I mean, it was pretty wide. I'd say it was maybe like 16, 20 feet wide, probably 3 or 4 feet. And then at some point, it started getting late. We started trying harder stuff, and my board just shot out into, not to the people, but into like his, China.
Oh my God.
And that kind of shut down the whole thing.
Yeah. It's crazy it took that long for that to happen.
Yeah, but I'm only saying that because it was a pretty small crowd, only because it was an obscure situation.
Yeah.
And he was really doing it for like his VIP friends.
Yeah, I remember there was like a VIP section. I was like always wanted to be on that side, and I was watching guys. I forget who else was there. It was Steve, Kevin, you, Biggie, Elliot. Oh yeah, Elliot was there.
Yeah. That's might have been Lizzie at that time.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah, that was sick. That's what really opened my eyes to vert
That's
skating.
amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, full circle.
But you were skating before that.
Yeah, just a little. I was just rolling around at my locals. Napa Skate Park is where I would skate a lot. And I would skate with the OGs over there a little bit, and I would just roll around with them. But then seeing that vert thing made me like really want to get into it. For
That's
sure.
so cool.
Yeah. That was.
And then how did you start? So Napa has a vert ramp or a vert section?
There's like a 9-foot bowl there.
Okay.
Now that I'm skating it now, it's not as good as I remembered it, but it was like the best bowl. Actually, no, there's one in Fremont. Fremont, that bowl is great. That's where I would always skate once I started getting into vert skating. And then there was a few vert ramps that I would skate. Berkeley Vert, which was the main one I would skate.
Okay, I skated that.
Yeah, and then Richmond, the
Yep.
indoor vert. Those were the two that I used to skate all the time. And the owner, Sean, would like teach me tricks and help me out. And yeah, that was a good old time. I remember I used to skate with Max Schaff a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He rode that Berkeley ramp a lot,
yeah,
right?
now that I look back on it, I was like, dang, I got to skate with him. That's crazy.
Legend.
Yeah,
One of the
legendary.
best.
He's
What a great inspiration too for someone that's just trying to get into vert.
Yeah.
Like, he's such a solid veteran of it and is so well respected.
Oh yeah.
So once you got your chops in vert, how did you make your way to events or to? I feel like there must have been some literal transition where you went from there and all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, these other ramps are bigger, X Games ramps.
Yeah.
This ramp.
I mean, really, all I skated was those were the only two verts out there, Berkeley and Richmond. And every once in a while, I'd come up here, but I never really skated. Oh, actually, I did skate Sanchez a lot out here. Whenever I would come
Okay.
up,
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, that one's big, and that's what I would just learn a lot of tricks on. I learned body varial 5 at Sanchez. I don't even remember what else. I learned so much tricks there, and then I started looking and seeing that there was a few vert contests. I think one of the first ones I did was the Hot Wheels one in Woodward West,
Okay.
like on Animal Chin. That one I did. What
Did
did
you
I
go over
get?
the spine?
Not back then. Heck no. I always.
Don't worry. We were there recently. It's terrifying.
Yeah, it's so terrifying. Like I did
You
it.
didn't make it over.
I did eventually,
No,
asshole.
one.
What the hell?
It's one of my favorite videos. So
I got
had to bring
stuck.
it up.
I got stuck on it like between my legs. That was not a cool moment.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's fine. It is scary. I did like a rock over, and when I came over, I kneed myself in the face and still landed it. That thing was sketch. But yeah, that was my first vert contest, I would think. What? I don't even remember what place I got. Did I get first? Oh, well, I guess I got first on that one. I think it was
great.
age grouped. And Gavo was there, I'm pretty sure. That's the main. I think Shay was there too when he had long hair. Like way back in the day. Or maybe that wasn't. I don't remember. It was so long ago, I barely remember anything from any of the
That would be a
contests.
pretty. I would imagine that those were the darker days of any new vert skaters. So there probably was a limited crew there.
Yeah, there wasn't.
But enough. I mean, there's one contest, so everyone's coming to it.
Yeah,
But it's
that is
still
true.
a small crew.
Yeah, there wasn't. Yeah, that was like the only vert contest until.
So random on the chin ramp.
Yeah,
I know, right?
yeah, yeah. That was the first vert contest until I think Mancha's first one that he did at his house.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's when like all the vert contests started popping up again,
Yep.
and then of course your Vert Alert and Vert Jungle had one too.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Up
In like
in Palo Alto.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That was another ramp I used to skate quite a bit. That one was like my first big ramp that I skated. Because that one is
That one's solid.
yeah, it's solid.